So could this be the end of Tupperware as we know it? Some people say yes, some people say no, but news came across the pike just on Wednesday, September 18th, that Tupperware, the pioneer of food storage and sales parties, has officially filed for bankruptcy. Now, according to Associated Press, CEO says the company isn't going anywhere but needs essential flexibility after years of financial woes. Now, for many people, growing up from the 50s to the 1980s, Tupperware was their storage go-to for various products, be it vegetables, leftovers, whatever. With the advent of the large fridge, the advent of deep fridges, some people used to put in deep fridges, it was a little bit more expensive than the normal no-name Tupperware. It became a brand name, but it got to a point it was one of the biggest storage companies in the world's history, because people with more food and more cooling mechanisms had worked together. The tops would fit perfectly. It was easy to store. Some people use it for lunches. Now, Tupperware Brands, again, has filed for Chapter 11. They revolutionized food storage decades ago. Tupperware, based in Orlando, plans to continue operating during the bankruptcy proceedings and will seek court approval for a sale in order to protect its iconic brand. The company said just before midnight on September 17th. The company is seeking bankruptcy protection and growing struggles to revitalize its business. Tupperware sales growth improved some during the early days of the COVID pandemic, but overall sales have been steady declines through 2018 due to rising competition. And financial troubles have continued to pile up for the company because in most cases the amount of material need for a Tupperware product, because you need the topper and the bottom, are quite expensive. Now, doubts about Tupperware's future have floated around for some time. In 2023, the company sought additional financing as it warned investors about its ability to stay in business and its risks of being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. Now, the company received an additional non-compliance notice from the NYSE for failing to file its annual results with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission earlier this year. And Tupperware had continued to warn about its ability to stay afloat in more recent months, when an August securities filing pointing to significant liquidity challenges. In Tuesday's bankruptcy petition, Tupperware reported more than $1.2 billion U.S. in total debts, with only $679 million in total assets. Shares for the company have fallen 75% this year and closed Tuesday at about 50 cents. The reality is that the decline in Tupperware is not new. Neil Saunders, Managing Director of Global Data, said in a Wednesday commentary, "It is very difficult to see how the brand can get back to its glory days." Saunders explained that many consumers have been migrating to cheaper home storage brands, noting that competition has intensified over the years, particularly with the rise of online platforms like Temu and retailers like Target also beefing up their own home storage and kitchenware brands. So basically all these storage units have ripped off Tupperware's motive, but they've used the same size but less product. Tupperware was sort of like, for the homemaker or even the male head of the household staying home, was the go-to because it was a status symbol. Now, Tupperware's roots date back to the year after the end of the Second World War, 1946. According to the company's website, shortly after the Great Depression, chemist Earl Tupper found inspiration while creating molds at a plastic factory, setting out on a mission to create an airtight seal for a plastic container similar to that on a paint can to help families save money on food waste. Now, how it worked back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, you just put the can in the fridge with you didn't open the can all the way, you put it in the fridge, it would spoil. But with Tupperware, even with a low-end fridge, the food will rarely spoil. Now, it experienced explosive growth in the mid-20th century, particularly with the rise of Tupperware parties in the suburbs, first held in 1948. Tupperware parties notably gave many women a chance to run their own businesses out of their homes, selling their products within social circles. The system worked so well that Tupperware eventually removed its products from stores. In Tuesday's bankruptcy announcement, the company maintained that there was no current changes to Tupperware's independent sales consultant agreements. According to court documents published Tuesday, Tupperware currently employs more than 5,450 employees across 41 countries with one plant, with additional partners with a global sales force over 465,000 consultants who sell products on a freelance basis in nearly 70 countries. Now, Tuesday's announcements all pointed to aims to further advance Tupperware's transformation in a digital-first, technology-led company, possibly signaling a move towards increased reliance on sales on the brand's website, or perhaps more online-focused marketing, although the company did not provide exact specifics. In a statement, Tupperware President and CEO Lori Ann Goldman acknowledged the company's recent financial struggles and said that the bankruptcy process is meant to provide essential flexibility as the company pursues the transformation. She also maintained that the brand wasn't going anywhere. Whether you are a dedicated member of our Tupperware team, sell, cook with, or simply love our Tupperware products, you are a part of our Tupperware family, Goldman said in a statement. We plan to continue serving our valued customers with the high-quality products they love and trust throughout the process. Goldman, who previously served as CEO of Spanx, was appointed as Tupperware CEO in October 2023 as part of larger leadership changes. The company has appointed a new management team within the last year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the idea about Tupperware, again, it was so much part of our growing up. Now, in Canada, okay, Zellers is gone. Most of the major Stedmans in the Maritimes, most of the major stores we went to, and the major retailers we went to, everything from Byway, Bargain Heralds, Woolco, stuff like that, Woolworths, it's a myriad of places. But when Tupperware, again, Tupperware parties were considered literally just a bunch of women would get together of different age groups. It wasn't like a baby shower, but we get together and talk about Tupperware. It wasn't saying women you should stay in the kitchen and all that. Men benefited from Tupperware like the women did, because at the time, ladies and gentlemen, family allowance was low. In the 70s and 80s, there was a stretch of the dollar, and Tupperware gave young women, or young couples, or even you might say, gay couples, any couple that was looking to save money needed Tupperware to make it go. Because, again, in parts of Canada, there was Tupperware before the use of deep fridges. Now, this sounds kind of weird. These $10 bags you would see at local stores and stuff like that, they're not made for the top of the fridge. They're made for the deep fridge. Because most locations, especially in New Brunswick, had a bunch of Tupperware in the cupboard and had the deep fridge or the fridge. And for example, if you cooked macaroni or Catelli spaghetti or like that, you could put it in the Tupperware. And there were different sizes, not like they've gone away. Like they even had something for celery and vegetables and stuff like that. But the idea, they would very rarely stain on the inside. Some plastic material with the topper, they stain. Now Tupperware went from I think in modern time, Tupperware set would be $1,000 now in Canadian dollars in 2024, because we're going for $75 to $100, $150 back in the day, because each one had an individual thing. There was one of the most expensive models, and you had the smaller ones. But it was very interesting. They were easy to clean, and the only thing you have to do is keep it away from the top of the stove. That's all you had to do, because the smell of burnt Tupperware was terrible. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the latest on our friend almost dying today. Tupperware, if you are a Tupperware user, a Tupperware distributor, a Tupperware freelancer, thank you for your efforts. You're well respected in our part of New Brunswick. When you think Tupperware, you think of hardworking people trying to sell a product that is really, really good. And Tupperware has many, many uses. But the idea, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of like, you lose a piece off a chessboard. If you buy a Tupperware set, they would do it like gold. There was a specific part in the cupboard. They would keep all the Tupperware, and, it was death's door if you lost one of the Tupperware pieces, especially with the topper. The topper was the most important because it was different sizes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep you updated on this. Maybe it's time to buy Tupperware stock at 50 cents a share. Maybe if it rebounds, maybe you can afford to buy Tupperware once you sell your stock. Thanks for listening. Bye.